Sen.Cherargei?
Chair, maybe on a preliminary, maybe it has escaped we are discussing with Deputy Minority Leader. On Monday, some of us traveled to Nairobi for a meeting of Nairobi City County. Chair, it was unfortunate that we received change of notice of meeting late into the day. I remember even my brother, Senator Wambua, in our official engagement was already in Nairobi. Personally, Chair, I was mid-air, left the ground. Chair, I don't know, maybe you can guide us in future. How and when should a meeting be rescheduled? Because I also think it was unfair for you, having mobilized us from Friday, that since Nairobi City County is a huge county, that we needed all of us, the decks on the hand, to prosecute the matter. Chair, while I appreciate that some meetings can fail to happen because of many other considerations, it's always also fair to the Senate, because by the fact that we sit like this, there is resources being used, members have left their engagements, Chair, to be here. I understand what the governor of Nairobi, Sakaja, was going through, but I thought the right channels that should be used to engage the Senate is constitutionally recognized avenues. Even if he wanted to see the powers be, there was no excuse not to be here. Remember, Chair, this is the second time that he's requesting rescheduling. A small here before the Senate, Chair. So, Chair, I call for your guidance and wisdom that there are no governors that are above the law. The Constitution provides that every governor, including our sister Governor Susan Kiiga, they must and should appear before the constitutionally. They can do the kangaroo, they can do chini ya miti, they can do that one, especially on Sunday and Saturday. They can do their own things with elders and everything. But what we are demanding, Chair, let the respect of the role of Parliament be respected. It cannot be. It cannot be. It cannot be, Chair, that we come, wait to do a meeting, the meeting is being, and you know this is a constitutional meeting. It's not a church meeting. It's not a bridegroom meeting or a baby shower meeting. This is a constitutional meeting that should be respected. Therefore, the governor of Nairobi, Chair, I request humbly, in fact, he should appear in the next 7 days before this committee. Or else, of course, the consequences are unknown, Chair. So, regardless, he has a fight with MCS and their own. We want to see the money that is allocated and appropriated to Nairobi is used in the right manner. And Governor Sakaja should and must appear before this committee to account for every penny that Nairobi City County has received from Kenyans, because those are taxpayers' money, Chair. And we will agree whether the impeachment has been so for 60 days or what. That is none of our business. But the MCAs in future must be serious with their job, Chair. We expected that matter to come to the Senate. We would have given it the necessary attention that it deserves and handle it as per the constitutional process, Chair. So I hope the next time when there is a scare of impeachment, he should not run around. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, I think since the Senate constitutionally sits as a judge and it's the trial chamber on impeachment, we should not comment on that. We should not even anticipate debate. We should not even comment on the conduct of the lower court in this particular matter. But with regards to non-appearance, I think it's not just Nairobi. This week we have had letters from governors seeking postponement without giving proper excuse or proper reason. It was Nairobi. We received a letter from Isiolo, also at the 11th hour. I think there's a letter that we have just considered. We actually had a preliminary discussion on this. So at the risk of repeating that conversation, we have given directions. You recall last week, or 2 weeks ago, we had a very untidy situation where Embu, the auditors were here, the team from Embu was around, and then at night the governor decides that she can't come. We had a similar situation with Nandi, where the team flew to Nairobi, and they flew together with the Auditor General to Nairobi, and then the governor decides that he's not coming. And so there are a number of counties that have been in that space. Indeed, even Nakuru, there's a point at which we invited Nakuru, and we could not get the governor because the information we got was that she was out of the country. So there are situations that are understandable, but there are also situations that border on contempt, particularly postponements that come maybe a day to a meeting. I remember last week we discussed this extensively, and at the preliminary stages we have agreed that we must ensure that in October, all these counties that have sought postponement on frivolous grounds must appear before this committee. You can seek postponement once, probably twice, but the third time you'll be compelled to appear. And that is not something we have invented, that is something that is in the Constitution, and that is in the standing order. So whether it is Nairobi, or Isiolo, or Nandi, or Embu, or Mombasa, or any of those other counties that are forming a habit of dodging the Senate, we are clear in our minds. The Speaker made very clear resolutions that this exercise of accountability is our constitutional mandate. So if anybody thinks that they will go with the advice of some of our political leaders that this exercise should be done at the county assembly, then you'll be doing it at your own risk and at your own peril.
Chair, I will just put myself on record on that issue. Unfortunately, a lot of the problems that we seem to be facing in this committee in regard to appearances seem to be coming from either former senators or former members of the National Assembly who are now sitting as governors.